Martin Peyton's residence.
Is Stephen, Mother?
Well, you can shove the fatted calf in the oven. Fowler caved in, the case dismissed.
Mother?
Go on.
Well, there's not much to tell. It's just that we won't have to have a retrial. It's all over.
Your esteemed employer's grandson is a free man. We won.
No, Stephen, you won. It's your victory. Mr. Peyton owes you a great debt of gratitude.
Yes, I'm sure when he hears the news, Mr. Peyton will redden your ears with my praises.
Don't you think you should come tell him personally?
Well, there's still a lot to attend to. I'll leave the pleasure to you.
Whatever you say, Stephen.
Mother, you still haven't said you're proud of your son.
I'm very proud of you, Stephen. Very proud.
Who called?
It was Stephen. He had wonderful news.
They granted a retrial. A remarkable achievement. I understood it was virtually automatic under the circumstances.
There isn't going to be a retrial.
What?
He succeeded in getting the case dismissed.
So Fowler threw in a towel, huh?
I wouldn't say it was as simple as all that.
Anna, your attitude towards Stephen is becoming strangely fierce and overprotective.
Strangely.
Strangely, all things considered.
Just my attitude, not yours.
Hannah, I've never had to warn you not to presume until now.
Will there be anything more?
Prepare a suitable room for Rodney.
Here?
Well, certainly not at the inn.
When was this decided?
Does Rod know about this?
Ladies, contain your curiosity and just prepare the room.
When is he moving in?
Immediately. Anna, attend to it at once.
As you wish, Mr. Peyton. I hope Rodney, at least, will be grateful for his freedom.
It's time for your pills.
Time for my pills 5 minutes ago, Miss Efficiency. I suppose you heard enough to convince you that I'm a monster of ingratitude.
Stephen is responsible for your grandson's freedom. If you can call it freedom living under the family roof.
Rodney belongs under the family roof.
And your thumb.
There's still much for Rodney to learn, and I've so little time to teach him. As for Stephen, his ambitions will always exceed his expectations.
That's exactly why he'll be a success. Can I help you?
Just taking these upstairs, thank you. You weren't hired to make beds.
Oh, I can swallow my pride.
Yes, we all can when there's a reason.
Were you afraid Mr. Peyton would fire you?
No. No, I wasn't afraid.
Then why did you give up so easily? One angry word from Mr. Peyton, and you forgot all about Stephen.
I didn't forget. I can be patient. So can Stephen. You seem very concerned about his prospects.
I just don't want to see him get hurt, that's all.
Neither do I. Not in any way at all.
Do you feel better now?
Oh, hello, honey. Oh, this piece of junk.
Don't wreck the whole typewriter.
Wreck it. It's already wrecked. It's jammed. Don't bother with it, honey. You can't fix it. It's just jammed. Oh, boy. Well, what kind of a morning have you had?
Well, I sold 3 remainders in a dictionary. I decided for the 5th time that I'd picked the wrong color for the nursery.
How many people stopped into the store today and told you that you had married a hothead?
None.
None, eh? Well, pregnant women must have special consideration.
Maybe that's it.
Boy, around here it's been terrific. All the way from my father to the firemen down the street have felt that they've had to drop in here and deliver a critique.
Well, you expected that.
Well, you bet I did, but expecting it doesn't make it any easier. Now, if you dropped in here to find out if I'm bleeding, let's stipulate that I am bleeding. I am bleeding.
Elliot.
Now, go on, say that you warned me.
Look, that was yesterday. Today's today. And you know why I dropped in here? To take you to lunch, period. And if you say one more word, or if you don't put your coat on and come with me, and move right now, I lunch alone. In blissful silence.
You're not going to cancel your subscription?
No.
Oh, the management is very grateful.
Rod, I don't suppose you were in the mood for making plans while you were in that cell.
Not right now. You know what I feel like? You remember that puppy we used to have? Well, every time Norma and I took Lacey walking on the beach, she had to roll in every pile of dry seaweed she came to, wiggle back and forth.
Come home stinking of dead fish.
I just want to wallow in my freedom for a while. Taste it on my tongue and smell it on my skin.
I think I understand.
I know it can't last forever.
No. I imagine you'll want to be going back to college.
Oh, not necessarily.
I wouldn't want to see you drop out for any of the wrong reasons.
You mean my police record?
That'll be erased. It'll be as if it had never existed.
Except in people's minds. But that's not why. If I wanted to go back to school and pick up my degree, I wouldn't let that stop me.
What is your reason?
What are we talking about anyway?
Your future.
Why?
Rod, I spent my last dollar on your defense. I mean that literally. I'm broke.
I didn't know. If it's any consolation, I plan to pay you back every cent.
I'm not asking that.
No, I mean it. I want to. All you have to do is live to be about 100 or so, and you'll be a rich man.
Rod, if I'd had 10 times the money, I would have spent it just as gladly, with just a little hesitation. How can I put a value on my son? Unfortunately, I have to think about my own future. In terms of job hunting, I'm an old man. I'm just trying to look at my situation realistically.
Sure.
If I have to compete for a position, I'll be going up against all the eager young men, the David Schusters.
Oh, you should win in a walk. Oh, he can't come near to match you in experience.
My experience is to my credit. Against it, unfortunately, I'll have to balance not only my age, but my past.
Dad, you've got a great record in management.
My personal past, Rodney. At the mills where I'm known, I'm no longer the ex-manager with a good record. The only thing they remember is that I allowed an innocent man to spend 18 years in prison.
Somehow I can't think of you as...
Another stud at your neck. My only excuse is that I didn't do it out of vengeance, but to protect your mother. But we don't have to talk about that. I just wanted you to understand my position.
Oh, you make it sound pretty hopeless.
Not necessarily. Rod, I have one clear chance. See, your grandfather's offered me my old job back.
Yeah, but with what strings attached?
No strings. I'll have complete control of the mill. I won't have to answer to him for anything.
Come on, Dad, what strings? Well, tell me, what does he want you to do? Break up the kid's marriage?
Nothing like that.
Well, what is it? What's Grandfather's price? Me?
All he wants is for you to come and live with him.
Oh, that's all he wants. Well, what'd you tell him, Dad?
Would it be so awful to live in your own home again?
You warned me to stay away from him. You said he was trying to win me away from my father. You're a Harrington, you said, not a Peyton. You warned me, and you warned. And all the time, you were just waiting until the price was right?
I said it would have to be your decision.
My decision? my decision. Who'd volunteer to walk out of one cell and into another?
You'll be as free as you would be anywhere else. Your grandfather's imposed no conditions.
One.
Rod, it's my last chance.
You said that.
It's true. Are you going to refuse me? It's your right.
Oh, I wish I could. I wish I was strong enough and selfish enough to throw everything out of the scales. You, my mother, your guilt, my debts, grandfather's obsession with family, everything. I'm so sick of circling around in the past like a buzzard. I want to be free of you. I want to be free of Peyton Place. But I can't. I owe you. Oh, yes, Dad, I owe you. And I'll pay.
Rod.
And now you owe me. It's endless.
If you feel that strongly, son, your life is much more important to me.
Don't. You've won the pot. You don't need another race. I know you, Dad. I know you so well. You're my father. I'm your son. But I tell you something. I hope we don't end up two of a kind.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
When I started this job, it was with a great deal of enthusiasm. But I was kidding myself all along. Now it's your turn to kid yourself.
What do you want from me? Some kind of a heroic gesture?
Tell me why you, of all people, would take a step backwards.
The people of this town had a right to know the facts about you.
You're right, the people have had a good look at me. But they've also had a good look at you.